Carl Jung's Atmakaraka, his soul's true mission in the stars. Every soul is born with a purpose, a sacred mission written in the stars. For most of us, it lies hidden, buried beneath ego, fear, and forgetfulness. But some rare souls live it out fully, turning their destiny into a mirror for all of humanity. Carl Jung was one of them. Psychologist, mystic, philosopher, and a man whose birth chart reveals a soul guided by fire and shadow. Today, we explore Carl Jung's Atmakaraka, the planet that reveals his soul's highest calling, and how it shaped the destiny of one of the greatest minds of the 20th century. Section 1. The Soul's Planet. In Vedic astrology, the Atmakaraka, the significator of the soul, is the planet holding the highest degree in one's natal chart. It represents your deepest spiritual drive, the lesson your soul came to master, and the core of your inner evolution. For Carl Jung, that planet was Mars, in the mysterious transformative sign of Scorpio. Mars, the planet of courage, conflict, and transformation, and Scorpio, the sign of the underworld, secrets, death, and rebirth. Jung's Atmakaraka reveals a soul born to confront darkness, to dive into what others fear, and to find light within the abyss. Section 2. The Warrior of the Psyche. Mars in Scorpio is not a warrior of the battlefield, but of the inner world. This Mars fights invisible wars against repression, fear, and illusion. For Jung, psychology was never just a science, it was a spiritual battle for wholeness. When he broke from Sigmund Freud, it wasn't rebellion for rebellion's sake. It was his Mars in Scorpio refusing to submit to dogma, choosing instead to face the shadows of the human soul. His Atmakaraka compelled him to enter the dark night of the psyche, where he would discover the shadow, archetypes, and the collective unconscious. Section 3. The Descent, Jung's Red Book years. From 1913 to 1917, he went through what he called his creative illness. He experienced visions, symbols, and voices that emerged from the depths of his mind. Rather than flee, he surrendered, documenting them in the Red Book. He met his own demons, guides, and gods, the living forces of the unconscious. This was his Mars in Scorpio Atmakaraka in full expression, transforming the chaos of the underworld into divine understanding. He said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens." Through inner war came awakening, through descent, transformation. That is the essence of Mars in Scorpio, the soul's alchemy of shadow into light. Section 4. The Jamini Lens, Atmakaraka and Purpose. In Jamini astrology, the Atmakaraka's true test unfolds in the Navamsha chart, the soul's deeper blueprint beyond personality and circumstance. In Jung's 9 Navamsha, his Mars, the Atmakaraka, moves into Pisces, the final sign of dissolution, spirituality, and divine union. This reveals a profound soul journey, from Scorpio's confrontation with darkness to Pisces' transcendence into light. It means his life purpose was not just to understand the psyche, but to spiritualize it. His path began as a warrior of the unconscious and ended as a mystic who saw God in the language of symbols. Section 5. The Archetypal Mission. Carl Jung's Atmakaraka shaped his entire philosophy. He saw every human being as engaged in a psychic war between consciousness and the unconscious, ego and shadow, matter and spirit. This battle wasn't about destruction, but integration. In his own words, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That single sentence captures his soul's entire mission, to awaken humanity to the divine that hides within its own darkness. Mars, the warrior; Scorpio, the underworld; Pisces, the ocean of spirit. From shadow to soul, that was the journey of Carl Jung's Atmakaraka. Section 6. Jung's Inner Astrology. Look deeper into Jung's chart, and you'll find the same pattern reflected again and again. His sun in Cancer, the seeker of emotional depth; his moon in Aries, the courageous explorer of new frontiers; his Mars in Scorpio, the fearless guide of transformation. Even his Saturn in Aquarius gave him the discipline to bring these mystical insights into modern thought. He lived astrology itself, not as prediction, but as psychological destiny. He once said, "We are born at a given moment, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born." To Jung, astrology and psychology spoke the same cosmic language, one of soul and symbol. Section 7. The Legacy. Living the Atmakaraka. Jung's life reminds us that the Atmakaraka isn't about fame, success, or control. It's about spiritual evolution. It's about courage, the kind that looks inward, that confronts fear, and transforms pain into wisdom. That's what Carl Jung did. His psychology wasn't an escape from the human condition, it was a path through it. Carl Jung's Atmakaraka revealed his sacred task, to help humanity remember its forgotten soul. And perhaps that's your mission too, to turn your shadows into wisdom and your wounds into light. What's your Atmakaraka? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more explorations of psychology, astrology, and the soul. Because the stars don't control us, they reveal us.